Hello everyone and welcome to another Pax Dei video. My name is Brian if you happen to be new to the channel, but for the returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming in and checking out today's video. We're going to be breaking down the alpha key takeaways. This is from the developers who sat down, put their thoughts into the features and changes that they want to see made based off of the existing alpha that we got to play just a few weeks ago. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I have been absolutely checking on this Discord daily just to get a hint of what is to come. Now, I've talked about in previous videos when the next alpha should be expected, and they confirm that they are on target for first quarter of 2024. And so if I was going to put money down, I would bet on February as a really good month to have another alpha. But I'll be sure to keep you guys in the news, as well as any updates that come out from the developers here on this channel. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet and you feel the video earns it, like, sub, comment below, and let me know what you guys are thinking and what questions you have about this game. But let's not waste any time. Let's dive into the news itself and break it down what their key takeaways are. So they start, greetings Paxians. After the end of our first alpha test, we wanted to come up back to you with the lessons that we learned and how they will affect our priorities moving forward. But first, a huge thank you to everyone who's played, watched, commented, and encouraged us. We're designing Pax Dei to be a social sandbox, and the game has never felt as alive as it did with thousands of you roaming the world. Thank you for being there for us. Next, let's dive in. Our two main takeaway goals were that the test to stress the tech and improve and fix issues, and to test the exploring, harvesting, crafting, and building gameplay. For the beeps and boops, they don't want to go super deep into the tech, but the test was extremely helpful. We fixed several performance issues and we were unable to catch before, like the issue of buildings becoming invisible, which was related to the chopping down of trees, and we validated our world layering system, the system that creates a new layer as a part of the world when it reaches a certain capacity. The main difficulty for us was to be able to replicate our buildings in real time across layers, i.e., if someone is building on layer 1, people in layer 2 can see the building being raised. The system works pretty smoothly, and it is so far very robust. For building and plots, they were absolutely blown away by what we all built. We knew that the building system had potential, but we did not expect all of these castles and villages, along with so much creativity with some of these pieces. To foster creativity, the alpha granted the freedom to move plots without constraints or construction. This newfound liberty empowered small teams to build stunning castles and numerous creative buildings. However, as we progress, all that we need is to refine this freedom. Our upcoming building restrictions serve multifaceted objectives. They safeguard constructions from random destruction throughout plot permissions and strive to maintain a harmonious and balanced world area. So additional notes for the buildings in no particular order. Refine building snapping. To enhance functionality, the snapping mechanism for placing buildings pieces requires refinement. Balancing building recipes. Achieve balance in building recipes poses challenges well, especially in crafting and creating advantages for group efforts without making a castle some kind of trivial thing to erect, while at the same time remaining accessible for solo or small group players. For expanding building of the different content, they plan to include and introduce new building blocks content, incorporating new progression tiers, block types, and props to diversify the existing structures. However, the next test phase may include the same pieces as building won't be its focus, and we don't want to spoil you. Building the system improvements, this alpha test revealed that addressing multiple issues concerns building and plot systems enhance robustness and overall performance. The networking on buildings still consumes some unnecessary bandwidth, and we feel the performance in larger villages could be better. Our tech wizards have already done a fantastic job, but are confident that they can still improve this performance. For resource spawning and plots, resource spawns within plots are being fine-tuned to prevent overlapping with building blocks. Signs and plaques that we're looking at adding plaques for signs in which that you'll be able to write on. This makes signs, label chests, etc. This won't come soon though. I think that'd be wonderful. We were able to mark the map with a direction, but I would love to be able to basically, as I discover things, mark the map so that as I come back into it, I can play around with it. And honestly, there could be a resource in map sharing and information sharing that that they haven't even talked about, but now I'm just speculating. Anyway, back to the news. Refining and crafting. Resource balancing, they're going to address and assess resource quantities and their locations, aiming to add more resources to the wildlands. Certain resources were either too abundant or too scarce, and some had no purpose, prompting changes. For adjustments to recipes, they are reviewing every recipe's difficulty level. Some were overly easy, while others were excessively challenging. For progression in skills, they have some of the other crafting skills demand excessive grinding. Who said linen? And some are missing or still need a lot of work, and so they're going to add a lot of content for the next test, which we hope that you will give you more reasons to explore the world. And we're also evaluating which recipes should belong to processing versus regular crafters to prevent players from being stationary for an extended period during crafting. You know the main offender. Failure on craft. Right now, if you fail craft, you lose all the resources from the recipe, but this is not how they intend the system to work in the long term. They're going to look into giving you part of the resources back when failing, based off of how badly you failed, and there is also eventually going to be mechanics that reward you for succeeding perfectly, allowing you to create master crafted items, but these systems will still take time. For stamina, and yes, I probably butchered the spelling or saying of that word, welcome to the channel. It's not on purpose. That's my brain's ridiculous when it comes to that word. We probably won't remove the stamina cost from resource harvesting loops, but the system needs tuning. We want to scale the mechanics to your level so that as you've raised your skill, you're using higher tier equipment, you won't use or be stamina gated when harvesting. This is one of the many avenues that we intend to use to provide progression goals and for dedicated crafters. I like that a lot. I really enjoy that. Inventory management. We're taking a careful look at inventory management. This is hard, and we don't want to trivialize needing to keep things organized. But at the same time, we are very aware of some aspects of the inventory management that can be very tedious. We are not making fundamental changes to the inventory system right now, but we will definitely improve those flows in the future. We can't wait to show you guys off the changes. Make sure that your account is ready, and I cover this in the previous video. You guys, if you want to use the Ginger Prime name for your code, that might increase your chances. I don't know. That's kind of what they say in terms of friend group. And obviously when the next alpha test goes on, again, we'll be streaming it, we'll be playing it, we'll be breaking it all down because this game is phenomenal. Like even in the alpha, like the potential that this game has, I'm very, very excited about. And that's why there is a dedicated channel just for Pax Dei. So if you guys are excited about Pax Dei 2, this is going to be a great resource for you. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, that like, comments. Those are great free ways of supporting the content. The channel is not monetized at this point, but at some point, maybe that will change. We'll see. It depends on if people really enjoy the content. So I leave that in really up to you, but no pressure regardless. I'm just glad you're here, and hopefully you got something good out of this video. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. We got more Pax Day content, news, and more to cover for you guys over the coming weeks and holiday season and into the new year. So hopefully I'll see you then, and hopefully I'll see you there. But until then, take care.